Alright, welcome to Season 7, and yes, I understand that I'm going to be playing every single game. So you're going to see every single game of this season, and yeah, we might go undefeated, we might not, so strap in, guys. If you do enjoy this video, please drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Click on that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Also, I will tell you that I will be stopping the series at season 8 or 9, and we're gonna do something big. So as you see, this is the Moments version of Madden, obviously because to save gigabytes and stuff like that. And I understand what you guys might be thinking, like, oh, this is stupid. Well, it's not. And we're starting off with a pass interference call. This is what I have the issue with. Pass interference calls. Like, really? Pass interference calls? Come on. And then I was just like, screw it. Let me pass it to Barry Copeland. I just, seem to have this, like, thing where I just do good plays and stuff like that, especially when it comes to Durant and those players. And this is nostalgic because I'm taking it back to my old days. The days where season 1 and 2, I used to do them. Also, this is a Monday night game, not a Thursday game to kick off the NFL, so it is what it is. And pinch formation and complete pass. Also, the Buccaneers beat the Cardinals, so Antoine Reed is doing well in that space. Kyler Murray is just being terrible, while the 49ers might be doing well. You never know. But hey, this is the first game, so it is what it is. It's just these games, okay? These games that you see right here, it shows who the teams are and everything. What we as a team can do and everything. So this is Season 7. Next episode would be Season 8, and then so on and so forth for Season 9 and 10. Obviously, you guys are gonna get Season 8 and Season 9. That will be the goal for 10 Super Bowls. For as a total for the Bears, not in total for the series. So. And like I said before, this is so unrealistic. I've never done, like, so many games in one episode. Yes, I've done it before, but I've never done 17 of them in one episode. So, like, this is going to be a true testament on how I, as a person, can literally, see how this can go. I will state that I might be reverting back to, like, old series and stuff. That I might try Madden 25. I might try certain, like, other games. You might understand why if you know what I'm talking about. But, it is what it is. And they're down at 5, 14 to 6. Excuse me. We're going up against the the Vikings, and apparently the Washington football team can win every single time. I don't know what it is, but it is what it is, and this team is good. I'm using Sauce Gardner. Terry McLaurin is doing well as so, like, I never expected Terry McLaurin and Justin Jefferson to be on the same field together. So, like, with, like, Dalvin Cook on the Falcons, that just got more interesting. And Aiden Hutchinson, I was trying to run it back to the house, but then this wide receiver, I guess, tackled us. So, yeah, we took it all the way back to the house. And now we're going to score a touchdown, right? Well, yeah, River Helms. So, it is what it is on that play. I'm very happy that I brought this format back because, like, the realism, like 21-13, you know, I always liked this kind of format a lot. And it's not, and if you understand quality, it's always 720p. It's not 1080p. So, yeah. And also, Philip Russ. Yes, Philip Russ is in the game. I want to see if I can get Philip Russ involved, but Barry Copeland just stole the ball from Philip Russ. I was kind of disappointed, believe it or not, because, that's not what I want to see, and I cannot believe that happened. And this always happens, like, I throw a backwards pass, it's counted as rushing yards, and believe it or not, I never expect that. And, it is what it is. So, yeah, Detroit has Amon-Ra St. Brown, Bengals have Jamar Chase. You get the picture, right? Well, I do believe that you guys get the picture because it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. I traded those guys, and I'm never looking back at it again because I wanted a new left end or right end, and I didn't think Mark Tennant, who actually is the guy's name, was the best fit. So, and I threw it up to Barry Copeland, but this guy, out of nowhere, Williams, not Early Williams, but G. Williams, decided to pick us off. And Liam Crow got a rushing touchdown. And it's 1-for-1 on turnovers, so Sauce Gardner, using him. Jamal Rollins picks Durant off. I like some Jamal Rollins, AJ Slaughter, the boys. It is what it is. It's like, I do like that combination. I do like those. I like those teams. I like the teams. I like every single one of those. Like, those battles. Durant, Jordan Love, Chuck Carroll, Patrick Mahomes, even. Like, some of the games that you're gonna see, I actually did play them earlier, but because of the Madden BS the Madden BS I faced, I couldn't take it, and I rage quit. This was one of them. And yes, Atlanta beat Cincinnati. Baker Mayfield. Wow. Wow. Baker Mayfield. And yes, we got Philip Russ, his first touchdown. I am surprised that we faced Baker Mayfield in the playoffs alone. And I've always wanted a 17-0 record. I've always wanted a 17-0 record. Even in Madden 16, like Madden 19, we went 15-1 with the London Monarchs out of position squad. Guess what? That doesn't count really because the tie, But, this squad could go 16-0. I mean 17-0. I, in my life, or in the game of Madden, have never seen two undefeated teams in the same conference. Because that's just not possible. Why? You never know. It's just not possible. But anyway, we're gonna go to game 2, and we have done it. Chewing out the clock. See you guys in game 2. Alright, now we are taking on the Houston Texans? Yes, the Houston Texans, who you might know from the Face of the Franchise squad. Yeah, we went 17-0 in that department. So this is gonna be this. If we go 17-0 in here, this would be the first time in any of my franchises of Madden that I go undefeated. Because last year I almost went undefeated, which was 16-1. So I'm gonna try and accomplish it in this season, because it is what it is. I understand I might be doing a TD Barrett kind of video, but you know what? It is what it is. I like TD Barrett. I'm gonna leave his channel down in the description down below, and a couple of his playlists for you guys to check out, because I do think this is a good series. Including, I will leave a card for his channel for you guys to check out. Like I said in the beginning of this series, this is heavily inspired by him. So I want to thank him for that, if he ever watches this video. I know this is kind of like a weird way to put the series, but it's the best series that I've ever done, because it's like quality over quantity. I've done like Face of the Franchise I would upload to a day, that kind of thing. But you know what? This series makes me want to do more of them. I've done it, and it's happened, and I do a pass to Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter, man. If any of you want me to do a career mode on Travis Hunter, or if you want me to switch him to a different position, let me know down in the comment section below, and I will do it. And like I said, I've been giving Philip Russ a lot of crap, but I do like some Philip Russ. I like him. He's a great punt returner and a kick returner, because he is one of the useful players I've ever had on this series. And from Matt Moore, I could utilize him on like the slot, and maybe like in the wide receiver, in the kickoff and punt return department. But other than that, I've always enjoyed Philip Russ, and don't get me wrong, I don't utilize him as much. That's one thing I will say. I don't utilize him as much. However, I will say that I do like Philip Russ in this series, even though I basically hate Madden. I basically hate Madden. And then I pass a touchdown to Travis. Yeah. Yeah, so we have Mario Williams as well, like I said. this is a series that I personally enjoy. I don't know why Philip Russ is in at all, and I decided, hey, let me just chuck it up to him. And he did not catch it. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Like, I don't like that at all. And there was a foul, and I couldn't tell what was the foul for. Did I do something wrong? But it was pass interference. I didn't even notice a pass interference call. And so far, the Falcons are literally dismantling their division. I was like, what? Okay. So then that got me thinking, we're not facing each other because, like, I will say this, I checked the schedule. We're not facing each other. So I literally, at this point, this makes me think, could two teams from the same conference go undefeated? And if that's the case, could both of them face in the conference championship? So I was literally thinking the Falcons could go to like, like, go undefeated, because one thing I have to tell you guys, if you both go undefeated, right? They're from the NFC South, we're from the NFC East, North, NFC North division. So North versus South. If one of us went undefeated, it would have to be determined by a tiebreaker, and literally every single one of them would be like matched. So I would think like Atlanta would get to second seed, and they would have to face someone from the 7th seed. So that would mean they would go 21-0 instead of 20-0 if they went undefeated in the playoffs. Which, that doesn't make sense to me at all. However, if that was ever in the realm of possibilities that ever happened, it could. But hey, it is what it is, and I do this stupid thing to Liam Crow, and yeah, I mean, come on now, seriously? It's so stupid. Oh, I throw a backwards pass. Oh, I get nothing. I get bullcrap. 34-18. Philip Russ is not in. I pass it to Travis Hunter. So I was like distributing the ball between my wide receivers, and I usually do that most of the time. And yeah. Yeah, and like I said, Liam Crow is prone injury. So it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's stupid. 41-24. We stopped that pass. Yeah. it is what it is. 3rd down and 2, I run the ball with Liam Crow, and that's gonna be game, guys. See you guys in game number 3. Yeah. Philadelphia. Hello, guys. Alright, so this is Philadelphia. Game 3. Yes! You might be thinking to yourselves, are we going to go to their field? Yes, we are going to their field. But, and I found this out when I went into the game, they don't have Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts is actually on the Giants, which I find that very interesting. The Philadelphia Eagles have a new stadium. What in the world? Did Philadelphia really need a new stadium? And they should have kept Jalen Hurts. I was like, what? Seriously? I was like, what is happening? Like, that doesn't make any sense, first of all. And second, they don't have Jake Elliott. What's going on? What? First of all, I never expected that to happen. And second, it is so stupid of what they're doing. I'm just like, what? Why? Because most of the time, you build new stadiums because, like, the other one is terrible. I've always upgraded Chicago Stadium in this franchise, and it's always the best. It is always the best, and yeah, that happened. So I ran hurry up. Well, and also our offensive line was terrible, and I mean terrible. And that catch by Mario Williams, okay, I have to give you a round of applause for that. Because, yeah, so when building this franchise, I'll say this. Yeah, I've said it before, I'll say it again. The recent draft, transfer portal guys, mainly, and this was mainly Parham Crow's channel. Some players of his. And I'll say this, I said in the last game, I've watched T.D. Barrett, I've watched Parham Crow, and they're always good YouTubers, especially with the NCAA 14 content. And so, like, yeah, and also this. Early Williams from LA Tech takes it back to the house, and he's a 99 overall. So I actually put him to good use. They scored a touchdown, but we're also gonna score a touchdown. I can't believe that Philadelphia, like, I don't know how to say this. I feel like, and we got the ball back after a turnover. And this RPO play, I hate so much. Why? Just, why? I've always hated it. Okay. And they keep on getting turnovers, so I don't know who it was. And I gave the touchdown to Mario Williams. So this to me was ridiculous because it was like, what? I'll say this. I have never in my life seen that before. I have not seen that kind of stuff before, and then I threw a pick. I was just so dumbfounded by this because Madden's BS, and To be quite honest, um, I I personally hate the fact that you can just chuck up lobs and they're not caught. It's just ball trajectory is just ridiculous. And run the ball with Joe McIntyre. I pass it to Liam Crow, Barry Copeland, River Helms. Most of this team is transfer portal guys. Very few players are from like different how'd you put it? Different like components, different parts that I listed, and I don't know what made me fascinated with the transfer portal so much. It's just like this team is so good, and Liam Crow scored a very long rushing touchdown, and yeah, 4th down and 16. They are going for it. I don't know why. um, and I picked it off with McAllister, Tanny McAllister, and most of the guys, like I said, are from the transfer portal, and the reason why is because I couldn't find enough players from the draft that I could use. I did list some draft players, but Paracross channel, I took only a few. I really, really, really enjoy it. So, yeah, at the end of this at the end of this episode, I will leave a link to TD Bear's channel because I was inspired by him to do this, and yeah, and see you in the next video. Alright, game 4 against the Green Bay Packers. So as I was saying before, I guess I will leave a link to TD Bear's channel and Crow's channel to just to show them support and everything. Yeah, moving on from that. So we're going up against the Green Bay Packers, and yes, we have had so many tough battles against them. I literally lost a game against them, and I was like, you know what, let me put this in the video. So, yeah, I, got a flag, literally, so there was an incomplete pass, headed personal foul, roughing the passer, defense. And yeah, well, I accepted the penalty, of course. And yeah, and I could have passed it to X. I was literally screaming the F-bomb to Jair Alexander because I don't know how he went down the field toward my offense and just picked him off. And now we're having to face Jordan Love. Are you serious? Jordan Love and A.J. Dillon. And Indianapolis is also winning. With, by the way, Daniel Jones. And we also face Daniel Jones as well. We face Daniel Jones. We face Tyler Huntley. We face all of them bad boys. We don't face the Atlanta Falcons because I will state that the Atlanta Falcons suck. And we stopped them on 1st and goal. 2nd and goal. I run the same thing again. This play, which has two QB contains. And I did not realize that they were going to be running it to the right. Left. God. They're left. So, red zone alert. You know what happens. You take control. Jair Alexander was literally in the game. I did pass it to him and a touchdown was scored, thankfully. He's not fast enough for most of our guys, so thankfully. Ahmad Savage, I forgot him. He I don't like him personally at all because you know what he done, so and this always happens, check down routes. What the actual heck? Seriously, they scored a field goal. Now we are gonna score. Um, this always happens. Like Philip Russ is on the outside, is the first wide receiver, and I don't know why that happens. So I give it to River Helms, and he scores a touchdown. So like it is what it is really, and I do like that a lot. And the fact of the matter is, it's such a great game. Such a interesting player. So now, time for more Green Bay Packers 21-13. I don't know why they called a timeout there. And 3rd down and 6, I'm using Trayvon Walker to like coverage, even though it's such a horrible idea. And do they run hurry up? No. But they do that thing, and I was like, okay. So, less than 20 seconds, I'm literally covering the area, and this person gets sacked. Jordan Love gets sacked. And, it's quite stupid, honestly. And the ball was thrown stupidly. And now they're gonna pass instead of doing a field goal potentially, which makes no sense to me. And boom, I do a hit stick with Arthur Smith. So like, yeah, it is what it is. And so I do key moments because kickoffs, I don't understand why do you do that. I guess that's a glitch. And Jair Alexander's X Factor is like yards allowed. So like it's a little different. That was almost picked off. I'm kind of shocked it wasn't. And this was a field goal, 58 yards. 58 yards for Morton Anderson, and I've done that so many times it actually worked out. So yeah, it is what it is. 19-24, so it's actually a close game. I pass it to Philip Russ, and one of the Packer players is injured. And I have to kick yet another one. I have to kick yet another big field goal. And it doesn't even make any sense to me at all. Yeah, so now it's 27-19, and I don't know why. So, it's literally, I have to protect myself now at this point because, yeah. And also, it's gonna be very stupid. Yeah, they're taking their old sweet time. And Jordan Love gets sacked by Trevonte Goodwin. Yep. They're down on goal. They had to take a lot of, like, their field to somehow get to us. And yep, Super Bowl MVP Arthur Smith picks Jordan Love off, and he scores a touchdown, a pick six. He has a pick six. So that means the game is pretty much wrapped up. On 4th and 5, they're going for it for some reason. I don't understand why they're doing that, but Early Williams comes out of nowhere and picks off the Packers, and that's like so many picks for Early Williams. For down 6. That wasn't picked off. Red zone, that kind of stuff. I actually didn't want to go for it, and let me tell you, it was very interesting how they just shift it. So I actually run. I go with Liam Crow. I truck. They call a timeout, and it doesn't really make any sense to me because it just doesn't. Excuse me. I pass it to Liam Crow, and it actually works, and he gets a rushing touchdown. Not a passing, a rushing touchdown. And so, yeah. They're going for an onside kick. Yeah. So, that's going to be the end of the game, guys. 41-27. See you guys in game number 5. Alright, game 5 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Antoine Reed is the quarterback of them, and Chris Godwin is still on there. Mike Evans, I don't know where he went. He's still on there, okay. Yeah, it's been a very interesting video so far. Been covering a lot of various topics and everything. And I just think that halfbacks and stuff like that are very essential in every single possible way. I don't know why I mentioned that. Oh, good lord. Okay. Bro, chill. Alright. Washington is currently undefeated, which is really interesting. Minnesota is going up against Jacksonville, which is also interesting. They're down at 5. Also, Indianapolis. Wow. Okay. Barry Copeland scored a touchdown right off the bat. Let's go. Let's do this. We're still on our home field, so it is what it is. And now Antoine Reed, we have to face him. Hey, I can do my thing with usering stuff, and I tackled him. 4 yards. Not bad. I didn't tackle Antoine Reed. However, it's very interesting that it happened. So I did learn something. The fact of the matter is, that was a fake out, and this halfback only got 1 yard, which I find very interesting considering it is very stupid to get 1 yard, but we move. And yeah, the halfback got a touchdown. Oh god. Anyway, most of the quarterbacks I've taken down so far, except for some teams, as you may know in the series. Very interesting. And we threw a pick apparently, so yeah. It is what it is, and I threw it up to Travis Hunter. He got hit sticked, I guess, and and we give it to River Helms for a touchdown. It's quite interesting that, certain games and stuff like that dictate certain things. So, like, I'm very impressed by this team so far. Third down and 7. Okay, third down and 7. Um, um, I just threw the ball up and it wasn't completed to Philip Russ, which is mind-boggling. A 56-yard field goal. Okay, easy made. Boom. 17-7. It makes sense, right? That I got it. So now I have to kick another field goal for 70 yards. Yeah, fourth down and 8. I didn't go for a field goal. I went for it because I thought, like, you know what, it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah. 17-14, and that's how we end. That's how I do it. Third down and 5, actually, and Philip Russ, I give it to him. I always keep giving it to Philip Russ and Matt Moore if he ever comes available. So I motion Philip Royce, put him on a slant because that's how I do it, and I give it to him, and he scores a touchdown. Simple as that. Like, I'm trying to distribute the ball to every single receiver as much as I possibly can because of the fact that I have to make sure that most of the players, are doing well. And so far, like Barry Copeland and those guys, 24-14, and then we get another big gain. This time, however, it is what it is. I give it to Barry Copeland. Easy touchdown, easy money. These games are fun. So, it's not over yet, though. And I don't know what happened there, but they turned over the ball, which explains a lot. And we have Omaha activated, believe it or not. I throw up the ball, and that was an easy touchdown for Barry Copeland. Fourth down and 2, I actually do pinch play. It's very good. And I pick it off out of bounds. I don't know if that makes sense, but... And then we pick it off again. And again, and again, and again. And we have Omaha activated, which is so sick and nice. I give it the cup. Cup. Yep. Yeah. So I was trying to find the jet sweep thing, but I decided to run it like a misdirect. I don't know what I was doing at this point. I wanted to give it to Liam Crow, my guy, and he actually got injured. And I'll tell you that he got injured for 16 weeks. So we have TJ Livingston. So, in the next game, you're going to see Jameer Gibbs and TJ Livingston. Touchdown to Barry Copeland. Yep, we're getting ready for the next game. See you guys there. Yeah. Alright, so this is game 6, and yes, as I stated in the last game, Liam Crow's injured for 16 weeks, so he's gonna be back. If we ever make it that far to the playoffs in the NFC Championship game. Now, I was thinking in my mind, could he be out until the Super Bowl, but you know, it is what it is, and I just think, like, it's hard. It's really hard, and I, hate it. And now we're going to have to play the Indianapolis Colts differently. We're going to have to play every single game differently. And yes, we got possession here. And TJ Livingston, like, I have really used TJ Livingston and Jameer Gibbs a lot. I put them in certain the game puts them in certain formations, and I get a receiving touchdown based off of that. So, for rushing purposes, I can use them. For receiving purposes, I can also use them. And it's also very good that I do that. And look who's at quarterback. Daniel Jones. That's why they went 4-1. And look who we have here. Jameis Winston should have been starting, and we also have Mark Tennant, I think? Yeah, like Mark Tennant. And most of the guys you probably have seen are basically God tier. And, okay, fine. Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is not a good quarterback. He left New York. I traded Justin Fields there. And look what happened. Justin Fields led the New York Giants to face us in the conference championship. That never ever happens, really. Like, it is what it is, and we're just using our boys to just like stop the Indianapolis Colts. You know, we are the best team, no matter what. No matter what you say or anything, and H.A. Slaughter just picks up Daniel Jones off. If this was Jameis Winston, he would be bowling out, but looks like times are different, my friend. Vikings won against the Eagles, which is very interesting to say the least. And I passed it to the fullback. And that was interesting. And I almost got picked off. So, Mark Tennant is on this team, which is making them good. I didn't even think of that. And I did this weird thing. It was weird, and I almost got a touchdown. And it was crazy. I almost got a touchdown. So here's what I did. I did this, and then I did like a cross body throw, and it didn't even work. So obviously, I thought to myself, hey, let me fake this. Let me fake this play. And by the way, and I ran it in with Morton Anderson for like a 1-yard rushing touchdown. Yep. So, I did that. Wow. Okay. I would never expect that from you, Raul. Yeah, exactly. To run it in with my kicker. Scoring touchdowns with Barry Copeland is something I would do. Obviously, considering that we are goats. We are goats. They score a field goal. Okay, fine. I, on the other hand, want. This is not what I wanted. Basically, I wanted Travis Hunter the ball, obviously. And you know what? He got the ball in like double or triple coverage. And I was on the verge of having a good game, like a real game. And this is what it was, really. So then I was like, oh, I could do that any time of the week. So I was like, let me run this play just for the lulz. And then they were set differently. Travis Hunter was going to block for me. I was going to give it to River Helms. Guess what? I did. 27-6 against Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis Colts, which should not even happen. It should be Jameis Winston versus Joe McIntyre. Not Daniel Jones, not Joe McIntyre versus Daniel Jones. So I did the same thing again. I did the same playmaker from TJ Lemington, a rushing touchdown base, receiving touchdown based off of that. So like, it is what it is. The only guy Joe McIntyre is competing against at this point is the one and only Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I said Patrick Mahomes, but you know what? I don't care. And Philip Rose, I almost tried to get a lob touchdown with him, but it didn't work, sadly. And yes, we're going on for on third down. So I was like, you know what? Let me just give some guys a chance. I gave it to River Helms. You know, for fun. I don't know if I'm going to have a perfect passer rating. You know what? It is what it is. Shamir Gibbs. You know what to do. I put him on a slant. That was weird. That was weird. Yet, I get him his first receiving touchdown. And yeah, I'm not going to say anything. He got a touchdown. The Indianapolis Colts got a touchdown. For me at this point, I wanted to chew the clock. I've always wanted to chew the clock in these kind of situations because 42-13, it's not my kind of game to just be like, you know what? Yeah. Now it's 53 yards to score a field goal. In the stadium, I was like, you know what? Let's do a fake. Well, why not? And it actually worked. I tried to... Oh, good lord. And there was a turnover based off of that. And Morton Andrews decided, hey, let me hit stick. I did that. I didn't think Morton Anderson could do that. And Indianapolis, like, you know, did that. And it was actually classified as a turnover. So, it is what it is. And I tried to lateral it, and I thought to myself, stupid me. I've done that before, to be honest, and you should never do that. And they're still trying to, like, go for onside kick recoveries. And that counts as a turnover, by the way. So, yeah. We're going to see you guys in the next game. 42-26. We win on our course to being undefeated. Yeah. Alright, we're going up against Tyler Huntley. Yes, Tyler Huntley. Yeah. We're going up against two X Factors on defense, which is really interesting. Considering that I know I don't like it. Jace Young is better than Trayvon Walker, okay? Sauce Gardner, really? Antonio Gibson, Liam Crow. Excuse me. Most of the time, I feel like these players are actually good than they are. And I do want to say that this team is going to be good. This team, like Game 7, has been really good. And Barry Copeland gets a one-handed grab. So, like, how do I put this? The, Philadelphia Eagles. Oh my god. We get picked off. This corner, I don't know who this guy is. He thinks he's on steroids. That's the only way I could put it. Anyway, so the Atlanta Falcons are actually undefeated with us. So if we ever do face them in the NFC Championship, okay, good for Baker Mayfield. If not, okay, excuse me. It is what it is. I just think like Baker Mayfield is like one of those quarterbacks that, needs some love more. He needs to grow up. Yes, it's just he needs to understand that the fact that he's not in the right situation with Cleveland. Cleveland is a mess, and he needs to understand it honestly. Like, I think being with a fresh team like Carson Wentz is always a good thing. It's always a good thing. I think Philadelphia, like for Carson Wentz, was good, but he just doesn't make the right decisions. And I think Washington football team is the last chance for him. So we give Philip Rivers a touchdown, and I haven't really played with Carson. Philip Rivers really. I just think he's a really good kick and punt returner. Is he on the level of Devin Hester? No. He has gotten close with at least punt returns, but not kick returns. Deion Sanders, not so much. Like, Philip Rivers cannot be compared. In this case, cannot be compared to Philip Rivers. And, yeah, he can't be really compared to anybody. Considering that, how do I put this? He's on the same level as them. Antonio Gibson scored a rushing touchdown. We actually get the ball back, and they turned it over somehow. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna test this guy. I'm just so pissed. Like, look, this guy somehow is on steroids. This is me, like, getting mad. I don't know what is with this dude. I'm just so pissed off, really. And I don't know how this guy picked it up, but also he wasn't down. So I have 2 picks. And it's ridiculous that I actually have that many picks and I was trying to pass it to Philip Rivers. But come on, I was actually really mad at this point. And you know what? I got a touchdown with Philip Rivers. It's like my touchdown to interception ratio is not like Jameis Winston for the 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. It's not like that, and that is whack. He passed for, the ironic thing is, he passed for 5,000 yards. Anyway, it's just ridiculous how some people think, like, my touchdown to interception ratio is bad. It is bad. It is good, and I can play a game, Madden, on all pro difficulty, not, I passed it to this guy, Travis Hunter, and he finally beat the corner. and I did a screen pass. Did I? No, I didn't do the screen pass. I did like this, and I did. I forget to call a timeout. I forgot to call a timeout. Stupid me. I was trying to look for a play. I could have called a timeout, but I didn't. And that's the end of the half. And 14-7. So that's actually a pretty good total, to be honest. And at least we're not having a bad game by any means. Philip Ross gets the grab, and we're in the end zone, red zone. So that means, oh, Philip Ross is not there. Okay, so we're utilizing him on offense a lot more. And for the third time tonight, it's intercepted. Picked off by a random guy I don't know. Curl, good job. You curled up in a ball and picked us off. Good job. Kansas City beat Indianapolis, which I really don't want to face Kansas City in a Super Bowl if we ever get there. 27-25. Okay, whatever. I threw it up to Travis Hunter. And actually, so it was like a close game. It's a close game. Tyler Huntley and the boys. And I think Tyler Huntley is not in the game right now. It's a different quarterback. Well, it's a sack. I don't know how that's classified as a sack. But they got the field goal. And now we have to do something about it because it's actually a close game, which I actually like, and we get a touchdown with Philip Ross. So that's the 25th career touchdown. Nice. That's all I can put in. Nice. Now they're going for it, and I switched it to a different coverage. I always do this. And we knocked down the ball. Tyler Huntley is no more, and it's time to end the game. Actually, they're actually going for it again. I don't know why they're doing this, but okay. I picked it off with AJ Slaughter, and it works out really well. Their interception. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Bye-bye. Alright, guys. We're going up against Dallas in Game 8. Yes. Game 8 against the Dallas Cowboys. And I do want to say this is going to be a very interesting game because, this actually takes back to the very first game we ever played against them in the very first season of this series. And we're taking them on an AT&T stadium. It's a very good stadium, I think. Home to many legends like Tony Romo, Des Bryant, Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, DeMarco Murray. And they were trying to run a fake punt. I don't know why. And, yeah, it's very interesting that it happened. And then we fumbled, and then they picked it up. And I was so why did this happen? And now they're actually gonna go for the ball. So, Liam Crow is out, actually. Not only that, I found out that in this game or the next game, Eli, I don't know which game it is, but, and then look at the bottom. Carolina somehow defeated Baker Mayfield 34-28. And I'm like, what the heck? And Ezekiel Elliott, or whoever the running back is. Oh, that's Travis Etienne. So Ezekiel Elliott went somewhere or retired. I don't know. But Trevin Diggs, Michael Pearsons, those guys are back. And we just burnt one of the corners. It's very interesting about this team. CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, the boys, Travis Etienne. I always highly respected him in my Jacksonville Jaguars based franchise. So this is going to be really interesting to see what happens. And yeah, I don't know what they're doing. They're just running the ball down my throat, and I don't like it. So they got the first down again, and this really makes me mad. Cleveland and Baltimore are facing off each other. And this is the first that Cleveland are actually making the playoffs and actually doing really well. And this guy gets a touchdown. Actually doing well. That's the point, really. And I went for a QB draw, but I switched it. I went for River Helms, but Trevor Diggs did me dirty. So then there was a 64-yard field goal. I actually made it. It was so close to not being made, but it was made. And you know what? The 64-yard field goal is okay with me. So hey, it is what it is. We get the ball right back. 54 seconds left on the clock. Yes, T.J. Livingston and Jameer Gibbs. Those guys are going to be helping out. So make sure you just root for them as well. And one other guys got injured. I'm like, okay, really? Really? So I roll out. I almost got intercepted. And my goal is to give it to Philip Ross. Yeah. So yeah, Philip Ross is the guy at this point. They're gonna go for a Hail Mary, and they got declined, and not declined, the time ran out. And we somehow turned over the ball, and so far 2 turnovers. That actually makes me really mad. And Travis Etienne is running the ball down our throats. Yeah, it seems like a joke, but it's not. And Early Williams could have picked that off, but didn't. AI is somewhat good at picking things off, but it is what it is. Then I realized I usered that guy and he defended it, so yeah, it is what it is. So I was like, Yeah, they're gonna go for a field goal, obviously. 17-17. It's good. Yeah, it's good. And you're not gonna make every single field goal or extra point. So Philip Russ, Philip Russ, Philip Russ, and it was denied. So we're gonna kick yet another one. This one was from 49 yards, and I was like, okay, we can make that. We can obviously make it. Even though I don't know how there's wind in there. And another turnover. Another turnover. I pass it to River Helms for a touchdown. Yeah. So that's the 5th receiving touchdown for him. Dallas gets a touchdown, and we have to stop them. So, like, yeah. So here's the thing, alright? They could go for a field goal. Obviously, that's not what they're gonna do. So, and this is the weird part. We're second in defense, but we only have one turnover, which is weird, I say. And they get a touchdown, and Aiden Hutchinson is injured, which sucks. And at this point, I had to like go down the field and do something. I should have passed it to A. That didn't work out. So now at this point, we only have 2 X Factors on our field. And I get picked up by Trevon Diggs. Yep, so the game is on the line at this point, really. I need to somehow stop it, like, I have to. So, what I ended up doing is doing pinch every single time. The defense I was running. And they actually passed it, which made me afraid. So, second down at 17, they're actually passing at this point, which didn't even make any sense. So I was like, let's run pinch once, like, man-to-man defense, let me put it at that. And I was like, are you serious? And we're the number 1 team in sacks, but we only have 2 sacks. Okay, that makes it sound weird. Anyway, um, now they're running I-form or single back, and we stopped Travis Conway, and excuse me. Now with Philip Russ and the and the rest of the squad, we have to somehow make a 75-yard drive into the end zone for a touchdown. I mean this. And so far, so good. This is how it was in the first game. We just keep on running the ball. and you're going to find out the results. So, okay, Detroit is not, oh, wow. If they win against Indianapolis, okay. Anyway, so far, so good. I just keep on running the ball. I got a first down. Joe McIntyre is having fun. That's what he is. So next up, Barry Copeland. I try to hit him, but obviously the defense. I don't need to say much there. I switch it to 4 verticals because that's how I run my offense a lot. And then I throw it. I actually... Okay. So this guy recovered the fumble. I fumbled it. Somehow we have the ball and it's counted as a turnover. I don't know how that makes sense. And game on the line, 4th down and 2. By the way, this is game on the line. So I run an RPO. And we got it with DJ Livingston. I was like, call a timeout, call a timeout. In my mind, I was like, call a timeout. Out loud, I was like, call a timeout. Anyway, first down 10, 38 yard line, 46 seconds left on the clock. Rolling out, I thought that was the end of the game. But thankfully, River Helms knocked that out. So I run a 4 verts play on the left side. I give it to Mario Williams, and it's a touchdown. Now, here's the thing, okay? This is 6 points, not 7. So, 34-31. Dallas, all they have to do with Dak Prescott have to get a touchdown. Or at least a field goal. Now, you might be thinking, well, isn't that easy? It is, but they have to go down the field as much as they possibly can. 41-yard line and 20 seconds left. Okay, that's okay. That's like an 80-yard field goal, or at least 70. And they call a timeout. And now it's Hail Mary situation. They could have went for a field goal, but nah, they didn't. They didn't. So, up for grabs. It is picked off by Eli Ricks. And that's at the end of the game. Yes, we are going up against the New York/New Jersey Nets in Game 9. You know, I've always hated the New York Jets. Zach Wilson, Jamal Adams, those boys. I'm a New England Patriots fan, of course. Zach Wilson is not doing good. Including some of the other guys. You know, Elijah Moore, I do respect him a lot. It's just MetLife Stadium, you know, it is what it is. I could do a New York Jets franchise, but that's not what I'm going to do. And I actually did a second game. I replayed this game again because of Madden BS. Let me tell you something, okay? This is going to be one of the only few times where I say this is one of the best games I've ever seen. I rarely say that for most things. Last game for Dallas was a very great game. I will not deny that. However, if you compare it to other games like the games I've had, like from Face Franchise, Career Mode, and some other franchises, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I think I think it is ridiculous, and I told you, Eli, I'm not gonna say it, but, you know, it's raining in MetLife Stadium, which I find it ridiculous to see that. And most of the time, you might think, like, oh, why is Raul doing this or that? Why is he doing this, like, for a like or something? You know, I do this for fun. River Helms going into the end zone, at least trying to. Um, Now first down and goal. I roll out, and I try to get into the end zone, but that's unsuccessful. Second down and goal. I go with a strong toss, and I switched it to this. Then I throw out of a sack. So far, it's been so good, you know? Like, I have to give credit where credit is due. I give it to Jahmyr Gibbs, and he scores a touchdown. So, you know, it is what it is. And I have fun while it lasts. I do stuff that makes sense, really, and yeah, and now it's 4th down and 8. They score a field goal, and now it's a big drive, 2-minute drill, something like that. And the issue is, I threw it to Travis Hunter instead of Barry Copeland. Travis Hunter is my guy. Okay. Like I said, if you want me to do like a career mode on him, let me know. And we scored a touchdown again, and now, yeah, we did that. And Green Bay, most of the guys in our division, most of the players, teams in our division, the Bears, the Lions, and the Vikings, are trying to make it in the division. So, yeah, get on my case. Okay. I'm not playing any games. And, trying to get a touchdown with River Helms, 1-yard line. You know how we do it. Actually, no. 20 out of 28. That is very bad. That is so bad, actually. River Helms. River Helms. River Helms. So now they do something. Now we have to do something. I don't know why. And here we go. I give it to Travis Hunter, and he scores a touchdown. You see, it's really ridiculous on how these guys are playing. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. And they actually get their first turnover. And so I'm like, you know what? Let me just score another touchdown with Travis Hunter. It's ridiculous. And yeah, he does the Harlem Shake. He's in the zone. And that's the end of the game. 52-16. Yeah. Alright. Okay, game 10. This is the Detroit Lions. Yes, we have the Detroit Lions. You might be thinking to yourselves, really, Raul? Why do you have the Detroit Lions on your as part of your schedule? Well, look, I understand that they suck. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yes, we are facing Amon-Ra St. Brown. We're facing Chuck Carroll. We're facing Roquan Smith. We're facing all of them guys here on this in this stadium. So like, don't you guys worry. It's gonna be an interesting game. It's gonna be an interesting game. Baltimore is 6-2. Buffalo is 7-1. We're just gonna give it to Travis Hunter all day, every single day, Mike. And so like, it is what it is. 750 yards for Travis Hunter. Yeah. And big down right here, Chuck Carroll. He knows he has Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he goes to Van Jefferson and the boys, so. And he also has DeAndre Swift. He has so many good guys. I'm not trying to say that Chuck Carroll is a great quarterback by any means. He has led to one winning season, which is 9-8, and they were defeated by the Buffalo Bills, which they could have won, but they didn't. And I don't know what would have happened in that scenario if they were tied with the Packers. Could we have faced the Packers? Maybe. The Lions. Maybe. But I don't want to imagine facing the Lions in a playoff game. In a playoff game, I would much rather face the Minnesota Vikings and the one and only the the the, the Green Bay Packers. Sorry. And by the way, I'm gonna say this. It is what it is, really, and it is what it is, really. Yeah, 14-7. I give it to Mario Williams. Oh my god, hell, god. And then Barry Copeland for the touchdown, and he has 8,000 career receiving yards. And it's a 2-minute drill, which, okay, that's fine. I don't care at all. And I throw it up to Travis Hunter. He gets the touchdown. 10th receiving touchdown this season. Yep. And the Lions scored a touchdown, which makes me like, okay. Now I just roll out and I score a touchdown with Joe McIntyre. Yep. That happened. Excuse me, Philip Russ. Philip Russ. Philip Russ is in the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdowns, so like, Barry Copeland catches the ball. Now we have Omaha activated. And Barry Copeland gets into the end zone for another touchdown. So none of the guys have reached 2,000 yards yet. And it's quite interesting that, honestly, it's amazing. It's amazing how most like, in my franchise series, Travis Hunter has managed to do it 2,000 yards not once, but twice. And that's very sick, in my opinion. So, we're just going to run the jet sweep. And I guess we're going to choose some clock. Now, to be quite honest, I don't really like the jet sweep. Most jet sweeps are very odd. They're interesting. Like, I understand the purpose of a jet sweep. And you know what? I love it. And Joe McIntyre scores another rushing touchdown. And it is gonna be 56-10. Yeah. And I'm just gonna run out the clock, chew out the clock, and that's it. Done. Yes, game 11. Yes, again against the Minnesota Vikings. This is somewhat weird because, you know, it is what it is with this team, and we're obviously a pretty good team, I feel like. And yeah, I understand that most of the time it's very interesting to see, but you know, it is what it is. And look, if you guys do want to watch my videos, please do. I don't know why I'm saying that, but here we're at US Bank Stadium. Yes, US Bank Stadium. We are first down and 10 on the 2-yard line. Yes, I don't understand why we're on there, but you know, it is what it is. And yeah, I throw up the ball to Trevor Helms, and that's a 98-yard touchdown, which is one of my best ones ever, because like I could get a 99-yard one, 99 anything. So it's like, you know what? I can do it. And it looks like Durant and the boys are back to somehow ruin our perfect season. And I don't understand why Justin Jefferson ran for like a yard. So, yeah, this is going to be a very interesting game considering the Minnesota Vikings are one of the best teams so far to compete against us, other than the the obvious. Excuse me. And also, by the way, I do have to let you guys know that Eli Ricks is injured, I think. No, he's not. He's not injured. But I don't understand what the injury thing is. Jamal. No, I don't know about Jamal Rollins in this game, but I hate the fact that most of the time it's interesting. Like, oh my god, sorry. We forced an incomplete pass. And 7-6. Third down and 6. Oh, sorry guys. Sorry about not talking so much. And if you don't know, I record this episode in monthly and daily installments, so that way I don't mentally wear myself down, and that's for my own mental health and for my own sake. For me to focus on my own mental health and try to have fun. And Early Williams does a hit stick. Third tackle, by the way. So, of course, and they're obviously going for it. I have no clue why they're doing this, but. And also, Jamal Rawlins got injured. Not AJ Slaughter, Jamal Rawlins. That's why you see a backup middle linebacker in. And I was completely shocked by this. And so, also, I don't know if this is also true, but Deontay Rose was injured. I can't really tell, but. And I knew that wasn't a touchdown, thank God. So, for certain formations, Kenny Pickett is in, and those things. And, yeah, 2-minute warning, there we go. So I switched it a little bit, and AJ Slaughter managed to stop Way, which I think is the fullback. This goes very interesting. This is very interesting, and I want to say that this is one of the best of the best. So, yeah, thank you guys. And Justin Jefferson gets, excuse me, sorry, receiving touchdown. And now we're also down, so we're gonna have to pass the 25-yard line. One of the corners has a strip specialist. I throw it up to Travis Hunter. I tried to, it was incomplete. Excuse me. Sorry if I'm feeling off. I don't know why. If Detroit lost against Buffalo, which is expected. Okay, which is expected because I am not the only one who thinks like that. Buffalo is good, but also the Patriots, the New England Patriots. Yeah. So now we're rolling out Joe McIntyre. I love it so much, and Joe McIntyre actually gets injured, which actually makes me very mad. But it gives Osborne to have a chance. You see, Osborne, okay, has a chance, right? But I didn't want to go for it. So, and then I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let me go for it. Classic me going for it when I should not. Morton Anderson scores a touchdown. Yeah, yeet. And classic fashion. Antoine Reed is going up against, and Baker Mayfield is going up against Justin Herbert. I don't know what it is. Baker Mayfield, are you kidding? 4th down and 3. I checked it, and it was a 55-yard field goal. See, we're actually competing with Durant, not Kellen Mond, not Kirk Cousins. We're actually doing real well. By the way, Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. It's just the talent around him needs to be there. You have Justin Jefferson, you have Dalvin Cook, you have Harrison Smith. I don't know about Anthony Barr, but you know what? Vikings have the talent. Detroit, well, we piss off Detroit. It's 17-16. This is actually a critical drive because as you see, sorry, Joe McIntyre is back in. And for me, want to see certain quarterbacks succeed. If anything, if you heard the news, this is going to go up Saturday, so you might have already heard it. But for the people who did not hear it, Baker Mayfield got traded to the which team was it? Carolina Panthers. Now, how does that make me feel as a Patriots fan? I don't like it one bit. Excuse me. Why? Because as a Patriots fan, you expect talent. You expect quarterbacks to rise. Baker Mayfield is a similar story, in my opinion, to Drew Brees with the injury on the shoulder. Even though the severity was different, Baker Mayfield could succeed. There's a very slim chance that he could succeed in Carolina. Now, if he was on the Browns, I don't care if I care that if he was immature and he was childish, he needs to grow that up. However, the Cleveland Browns only made the playoffs with him, and they have Jacoby Brissett. That isn't a good look by any means. Anyway, we're here to face this team, Minnesota. They have they don't have much time left, and if you know my series, we try to conquer. And 4th down and 3, with 1 minute, 21 seconds left on the clock. Eli Ricks picked off. And that's the end of the game for Minnesota. Yep, another close game in the books. We're actually gonna kick a field goal. So that's actually their first turnover. So that's gonna ice the game 27-16. And we are gonna see you in the next game. And peace. Alright, so we're gonna face off against the New York Giants. Justin Fields, Yushimi, who is that guy? Eugenie Friedman, yep. He's also an X Factor on the New York Giants, so we made 2 players X Factors from defense, and he's had 42 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble. So that is really interesting. And also, guys, this is a Thanksgiving game. Yes, this is a Thanksgiving game. I don't know what this is, But hey, it is what it is, and Detroit just shut out the um what is it? The Titans, and also Baltimore walloped the um 35-21 to the Dallas Cowboys. And yes, this is considered a prime time game. So like I don't know what this is. I don't know why we're playing on Thanksgiving. But hey, it is what it is for the turkey. And this is second down and goal. I don't know what's going on. I did run a screen pass, and that was so weird. What? But like, hey, it is what it is. I actually wanted to run fullback dive, but I was like, no. Yeah. So, I got sacked by Pearson, which was a tackle for some reason, but okay. I kicked a field goal and we did well. Yeah. So, this is just me. I don't know why we're playing on Thanksgiving. Couple episodes ago, when we played the Detroit Lions, yes, we played on Thanksgiving, and I was like, wow. And Justin Fields got sacked. Yep, that's Trayvon Walker's 5th sack. Yep, fifth, yes, 5th. And what's interesting is that most of the time it's very interesting, and we almost get sacked, but we didn't. So run a slant. Slants are fun, you know. And I throw it in a tight window to Barry Copeland. You know, yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. 10-0. 8-yard line. 8-yard line. 8-yard line. And I throw it up to Barry Copeland, and that's a 92-yard touchdown. And I taunted my way into the end zone for a touchdown. By the way, okay, I did myself well, so keep that in mind. And this is a 55-yard field goal in the third quarter, but I was like, nah, let's just go for a fake. And it was by Cobb, and I tried to stiff arm for a touchdown, but that didn't work. Red zone alert. Okay, what's the red zone alert? And this was a jet sweep. By the way, I hate jet sweeps, and this is why. This is why I hate jet sweeps. And I ran a play action. The ball was not caught. And, Philip Russ is like, this is weird, but I moved him, and I switched the route to a slant. I gave the ball to him, and he got a touchdown. So it was actually worth it to give it to Philip Russ. Yes, Philip Russ. So, you know what? It was worth it in the end. And I think this is a turnover. You never know, but it is what it is. So far, it's been interesting. It's been an interesting game. This is a fake jet sweep, I think. Yep. And I'm just running it with TJ Livingston. That was such a glitch. Madden! I'm not gonna rage. Um, another one bites the dust, and we get TJ Livingston a rushing touchdown. That's what I like. And for some reason, they want us on the field. I do not understand why. But you know what? What? I decided to give it to Barry Copeland and Most. Barry Copeland mossed the dude. 38-0. And that is how we end the game. Yeah, this is how we end the game, folks. By a fumble. Yay! Mathis got the fumble recovery. Yay! Yay! Yes, we are in game 13. And we are going up against the Detroit Lions again. Yay! At Ford Field. Yay! 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 Okay, stop with the freaking courage. Anyway, yes, we're against Chuck Harrell once again, and they're 4-8, and we have to at least eliminate them from playoff contention. Yes, yeah, I know what you might be thinking to yourself. Give some love to Philip Russ. Well, he's right there. You know what time it is. It's time for real Philip Russ time. It is time to chuck up bombs to Philip Russ. Let's go. Let's go. Let's freaking go. And yes, I understand that we scored 2 touchdowns back to back, and I don't even know how we did it. And apparently, Detroit turned over the ball, so it looks like we're having fun in the good sense. And we got a first down. Good job, fellow friends. We did our thing. 3rd down and 3. I know what I'm. Yourself, what is it, Raul? Chucking up the ball, or at least running with it with Joe McIntyre. And he's eclipsed over 50 touchdowns, and he is the GOAT at doing it. He is a god, he is everything, and yeah, it is what it is. So I see no worry in this guy who is the GOAT at Madden. And TJ Livingston, Jahmyr Gibbs, and some of the other folks are doing well. So, like, yeah, it is what it is. 21-0, folks. 21-0. I'm rolling out like an idiot. And so, hey, you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's just, like, do our thing. I know what to do. What is it? I surveyed the field, which is such a lame term. Like, a very terrible concept. I did 4 verticals. And, yeah. Yeah. I gave it to Travis Hunter, and he is in for the touchdown. Let's go. If I had to say whoever is the greatest wide receiver in our Chicago Bears franchise, it would be Travis Hunter, Barry Copeland, Mario Williams, Philip Russ, and Matt Moore. Now, here's the reason why I say this. Philip Rivers is a good kick returner and punt returner. Matt Moore, I have to utilize him some more. Barry Copeland, Mario Williams, I've used him a lot, but only in certain situations. Barry Copeland, he got a 2,000-yard receiving season. Travis Hunter got a 2,000-yard receiving season twice. He got that one twice. And to be completely honest, he must be the best wide receiver in this game by far. And yes, Detroit scored a touchdown, but besides the point, he is the best. And I'm trying to bring Philip Rivers up to that level. And in fact, I might do that. But here's the thing. If you want another episode of this kind, let me know down in the comment section below. This is very questionable to me because, again, I've never done anything like this before, so here it is. And we're running a triple option. It's supposed to be like a shovel pass, and I actually messed that up completely because, and actually Philip Rivers got injured. I don't even know how that logically happened. And Detroit is going for it, which is the first time we're playing on defense. Monroe St. Brown is on the team, 99 overall. And that was an incomplete pass. Right. 3rd down and 3. I like myself some Travis Hunter, but I also like some Barry Copeland. Action, gameplay, whatever you want to call it. I am to go at All-Pro. When I haven't tried a full rebuild yet, but it is what it is. I will state, like, if anything, you can't do polls anymore, so if you check back in the last video, which by the time you're watching this, it went live, so please make sure that you answer the question in the description down below and put a comment underneath. Please, please, dear good Lord, please. And now I'm rolling out. I pass it to Jahmyr Gibbs for a receiving touchdown. It actually works. Detroit is trying to go for it. I don't know why Chuck Harrell is doing this. He only led this team to one winning season, and that was 9-8. Heck, he didn't even make it to the playoffs. And guess what? Early Williams is having a pick 6. Yes! Yes! Taunting his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And that's how the Chicago Bears win the game. Yeah. Alright, we're going up against the Cardinals. Kyler Murray and the boys, 6-7. This is another team that we could potentially completely ruined from winning the division and also making the playoffs. So we're doing it back-to-back with Detroit and the Arizona Cardinals. Now, this is like game 14 where we dominated the Detroit Lions. Chuck Harrell, check that game. It was really good. Now we're going to dominate the Arizona Cardinals. Like I said, please check the last video and do your thing. The New England Patriots actually won against the LA Rams. This is weird. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. 3rd down and 3. I just ran the ball. You know, Tyler Huntley and the boys, like, are gonna make the playoffs 12-2. Like, it is what it is. And, I have to say, that is really good on their part. Washington football team is on the rise, so, hey, it is what it is. We could do our thing with with the boys. And I don't know why I picked a fullback dive, but, you know what? This is going to be a very long video, so please check it out. And stupid Madden mechanics. How do you pick it off like that? Come on! This is how we're going to start off the game. Like that. Now I'm like, okay. And there's also Buddha Baker. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to get a touchdown somehow. Tennessee won against the LA Chargers. Hey, do your part. There has to be a franchise in St. Louis, by the way, so. I then throw it up to Philip Russ, and he somehow caught that. And I'm like, hey, good for you, buddy. And he didn't. He almost caught that in double coverage, but it didn't happen. The only guy who can catch stuff at double coverage is Megatron, Calvin Johnson Jr. I mean, that's obviously true, and we were under pressure with that, and Dallas won against Minnesota, so, yeah, you get more interesting with these certain situations, and I literally was 4 out of 10. Now, I did see the option to do a field goal, right? This is a 65-yard field goal by Morton Anderson. And I got it just right. But, although it went through and I thought it didn't go through, but we broke the record. 65 yards for a field goal. I didn't break the record. It's 66 yards. But the longest for Morton Anderson now is 65. So that's actually pretty good. Now the record has to be beaten. It has a 67, 68, 69, or a 70-yard field goal. I don't know about a 68-yard field goal. It's just really ridiculous to do a 68-yard one. So, like, I don't care what happens. But, yeah, and I got picked off again! By who? Thompson. What the heck? And Buffalo actually defeated the Miami Dolphins, so that's actually a pretty good thing. So we have 2 turnovers so far. And Arizona scored. So now it's 3-10. And, it's literally getting ridiculous as it goes. 35-28, Buccaneers won, obviously. This was a failed experiment by Derek Carr. He's a long Raiders fan. Oakland, Las Vegas, and that is it. I hope they win a Super Bowl, and they made the playoffs, like this year, so, last season, so that's good. So now, Arizona turned off the ball. That's per usual. And TJ Livingston. Joe McIntyre at TJ Livingston. Okay. So now I roll out. I almost get into the end zone. 1 yard line. I actually run hurry up. And I call inside zone. And we got it. Perfect. Perfect. So Arizona is trying to come back here. 3rd down and 9. Kyler Murray. You know, I have the boys out, okay? They're just lower overall rated. And he's driving down the field somehow. He's doing it somehow, in some way, shape, and form. And I find this really ridiculous. We somehow managed to win games without Liam Crow. Imagine, like, without having like a full out, like, all the X Factors out. We still somehow would win because we have Marcus Banks. Marcus Banks, guys. Like, Marcus Banks is ridiculous in this squad. Like, not a lot of people know the lore, but Marcus Banks won a Super Bowl MVP, and he's not even, like, in the starting lineup. So, if you think about the lore of this franchise, he is one of the OG MVPs. Along with Jamal Rollins, Liam Crow, Joe McIntyre. So, and yes, Arizona scored. Arizona scored! Yay! And this is also, I forgot to mention this, like in the last episode, this is the battle of the OG franchise of the NFL. So, homecoming, not for us, and not for us, because Arizona used to be the Chicago Cardinals. They shipped out to St. Louis to become the St. Louis Cardinals, the NFL version, and then they became the Phoenix Cardinals, and then the Arizona Cardinals. They are very bad at this point. They're having success ever since Carson Palmer. But, other than that, no. And look who's turning over more. Arizona. That is right. Look how the tables have turned. We're actually doing really well. And then, somehow, I throw a crossbody. Like, okay, I need to mention this. I rarely throw crossbody routes unless it's very necessary. Unless it's very necessary. And it's ridiculous how I do it. 31-17. I throw it to River Helms, obviously. He gets into the end zone for a touchdown, and that 38-24. Now it's just time to run out the clock, really. Or I pass the ball, because in my mind, I have to just... Oh, well, I can't, but... Kansas City won, which I don't like. I don't like that at all. So 4th and inches. I go for a field goal. It's 41 yards. We pull it off, and it's up and good. So, what this means, 41-24, they have to do something. my mind, they're not going to. They're going to go for on fourth down. Fourth down and 2. This is like another good close game. And a stupid check down, and we actually win the game. Yay. Right, game 15 against the Green Bay Packers. Another team to eliminate from the playoff race. And also a very good team. So, if you guys do enjoy this part, please be sure to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And also click on that notification bell so you don't miss a video. A lot of you might know that by the time this video goes out, I'm going to go to UMass Dartmouth. There might be breaks. Yes, I'm saying this. There's going to be a lot of breaks. I need to focus on my mental health, my ability to do work at the college I'm going to, which is UMass Dartmouth. And yeah, it does really mean a lot to me. And we have Travis Hunter. We have pass interference calls already. Are you kidding me? Yeah. I do want to say something to you guys. This is possibly one of the best. Like I always say this for every single game, video, whatever. This is one of the best ever. Yeah. In my world. So, yeah. It is what it is. That is ridiculous. So, obviously we scored a touchdown. Green Bay is trying to get us back. Mostly. For myself, yeah. And then, Mathis got injured, so that isn't good. Really? Yeah, excuse me. And we had Trevonte Goodwin sack. Jordan Love. And, yeah. So, that field goal was just lucky. Mason Crosby is not even in the game. Yeah, in the game, so. That, excuse me, Mason Crosby, you know. And now, we're trying to sack and Trevonte Goodwin again. So that's like 2 to 3 sacks. Oh, by him. We got the ball, obviously. And it's time to pass it up to Barry. Excuse me. Copeland. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Third down and 2. 14 to 10. Third down and 2. Philip Russ gets his 10th receiving touchdown. And Green Bay Packers scored a touchdown. So this is what I did. I reversed the routes. I basically did like a four verts play, but a different four verts. Gave it to Philip Russ and everything. I know I'm sounding so off, guys. I'm sorry. I record on different dates and everything, and it's just like a mental health issue. Oh my god. I understand you guys were there for me, and thank you so much for that. Oh my god. The stress, the mental health I've been through. Oh god. Is not bearable at all. And yeah, Joe McIntyre scores a touchdown again. And Joe McIntyre, I do like some Joe McIntyre. That sounds awful, but I do like it. I do very much like Joe McIntyre. Barry Copeland didn't get it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. But it's ridiculous. That it is what it is. We got a touchdown start of the fourth quarter, near the end of the third quarter. Yeah, incomplete pass. Oh my god, sorry guys. They scored. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Time to get a pick. Deontay Rose. And he got the pick. Yep. He got the pick. I got an interception with Early Williams. I nearly brought it back. And that was 2 turnovers for Green Bay, and yeah, I actually ran a jet sweep on this play, and it actually worked for Mario Williams. That's his first touchdown of the game, and we won. Alright, we are going up against the Tennessee Titans. That is a pretty good team. And like 7-8, we can also kick them out of the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Guys, if you know me, thank you for supporting me throughout this video. It really means a lot to me. Yeah, it is what it is. So like, yeah, and now I'm giving it to Philip Ross. As per the usual. And by the way, the Ravens are obviously gonna make the playoffs, and um yeah, 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 and guess who is the quarterback position for the Tennessee Titans? Kellen Mond left the Minnesota Vikings to go into Tennessee and try and fix up the franchise that Ryan Tannehill left behind. And Washington and Tampa Bay are obviously going to battle it out. You know what I'm saying. Um, it's gonna be interesting. Buffalo and Pittsburgh are gonna battle it out. Most of these franchises are playing for a playoff berth, while others are playing for a wild card spot for the top three wild card spots. Uh, yeah, it is what it is, really. Yeah, and yeah. Sorry, guys. Chicago 7-3. You know, maybe after I'm done with this whole Chicago stuff and everything, I might take a mental break because I've been struggling mentally about racing thoughts. Middle school and high school were terrible. Even though I did ridiculous things, which I won't go over in this video. Some people saw me friendly, which I will thank. Um yeah. Yeah. I'll let you guys know in a very well detail oriented video. Um um if I am gonna take a mental break or not, to let you guys know. And Williams, our backup strong safety or free D, gets gets a pick six. So that's what wait yeah. So now third down and two. Joe McIntyre has his X Factor activated. So next week, we're actually going to play the Jaguars. Now, for some odd reason, Madden decides you can't play divisional games in week 17 last year, week 18 this year. For some reason, even though it's an NFL rule. So we're going to face the Jacksonville Jaguars, which technically we could lose. On their end, they would have to win. I don't know if they're going to win this game, this week, and then we would have to face them and beat them to solidify a 17-0 undefeated season. Because that's just what I want, really. Yeah. Philip Russ doing Philip Russ things. And I give it to Travis Hunter. This is when I realized the end around leads, the everything, the whole shebang was really, really, was really, really, okay, so single back bunch. You can't do this in single back. Whatever, right? This play is ridiculously useless. Useless. It's... Oh. This... What? Please. Oh my god, what am I saying? I'm sorry. 31-17. Now... I don't know what... I just look around and see... This is what I've been doing. This is... Okay, so I thought 3rd down and 3. Why not? And it was a terrible idea. So, the bench formation, as I call it, where there's like 2 wide receivers on the left side, and then a tight end and a wide receiver on the other side. That's the jet sweep I personally like. Here, actually, it works in this situation because Philip Russ is fast. And, like, it's so ridiculous. Yeah, it just, it is what it is, and oh my god. I don't know what makes me keep on doing it, but like, I hate it. I hate it. I freaking... it really aggravates me. And now the Colts are actually gonna make the playoffs by virtue of this win against the Jaguars. 49-31, they're gonna make it. Now, if the Jaguars beat the Colts, that's a different story. I don't know what their record is, but I know that's very bad. And 49-38. So Jaguars could defeat the Colts. Oh my god. That's gonna happen. Oh my god. Daniel Jones and Jameis Winston. Oh my God. Um, um, yeah. Negative 31 rushing yards. And I just kept on running this same exact play. Even Joe McIntyre lost some yards. Oh, good lord. And that's actually how we won the game. And now I'm gonna just run out the clock. And I toss it up to Philip Russ. Yeah, we won on to Jacksonville. Alright, here's the game, Jacksonville. They're 8-8. Now, here's the thing. I actually don't know who's gonna win the division. However, before the before we make it to the next playoff run, and by the way, we are gonna win the game. And Trevor Lawrence. This is very interesting. He has Darren Waller, Darren Whitaker. Very interesting for Jackson. Must Hey, and it's like a foggy type game, you know. It is what it is, and Buffalo is playing Miami. That's going to be a good game. Minnesota is playing New York. That is also going to be a good game. And we also have the backups in Washington playing Philadelphia. Another great game. This sounds so dead. Out of my mouth. LA and Kansas City. Indianapolis versus yeah. Yeah. New Orleans versus Atlanta. Most of the NFC North. No, we're North, South. The NFC South. New Orleans, Tampa Bay, and Atlanta are all gonna make it for sure. For damn sure. You're gonna be surprised about the AFC. I'm gonna show you and do a commentate on it before the playoffs begin. Now, after all these games are done, I'm gonna show you a picture, and I'm gonna commentate it about maybe 1 minute. But the thing is, it is what it is. Philip Russ. $17-30. Oh. Yeah. So apparently Jacksonville got turnover 17-6. Yes, and Cup. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. 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 Matt Moore got it. Low overall rated. And overall rated. There was a rushing touchdown by Jacksonville. Yeah. Now I roll out, and I thought, oh my god, that stiff arm was so clean. Yep, it was clean. And yeah, since we're chewing out the clock, like no one's business really, I feel like it's very important to understand that, it is what it is. And yeah, I was, yeah, I was doing good. Now, apparently Jacksonville wants to do something. And then I did that, which was really stupid of me. So they decided to go for an onside kick, and I didn't do it again, which, okay. Yeah, so we are basically done and set with this one. Yeah, Philip Russ. Yep, we did well. We did well with you, bud. And yeah, they're going for it. I don't know why. I'm using Kenny Pickett, which is a good thing. And we managed to stop them. And we are done. Yeah. Alright, so this is like a weird part of the video that I normally don't really do. But I wanted to come on here. And come on here and talk about the playoffs. At least for the AFC. The NFC you don't really have to worry about. Here is the thing you realize right here on your screen. Before we go into divisional, I will like to explain the playoffs for you. For the AFC. Bills are the number 1 seed. They obviously get their first round bye. Ravens, by virtue, get the 2nd seed. They're going to be facing the Broncos, who are 8 and 9. The Chiefs are the 3rd seed. They will face the Steelers, and the Colts are the 4th seed. It will face the Browns. Yeah, it's weird, but trust me, it will make sense. So here's the issue with me. The crazy part is that the Steelers and Broncos are 8 and 9, right? So when I was checking all the divisions for the AFC, I noticed that the Bills, the Ravens, the Browns, Bills, Ravens, Browns, Chiefs, and Colts all had winning records. No surprises there, right? But if you were to look at the NFC side, most of the playoff participants were winning records. Every single one of them, with a win percentage at least over 500. Here is the thing. Alright? You have to understand that this is the most stupid thing that this game can do, right? You know why? Because 3 divisional winners, as of recording this, the Seattle Seahawks went 7-9. The Carolina Panthers went 7-8-1, and the Washington Football Team went 7-9. Now, here is the issue with this. The last time a losing team made into the playoffs as a wild card team was back in 1982. And that was because of a strike. And it was formatted the seeds 1 through 8, and the divisions were completely not looked at in order to qualify for like the playoffs. So, because of this rule, because it's not 5 teams or 6 teams now, it was 6 teams back before 2020 or 2021. The issue is now with this. First of all, I've never seen this in any Madden game. And number two, this is the issue that I have. Yeah, this is it. This is the issue. I would not see this happening in real life. You can only see it on basketball, who only has 8 seeds. But even 7, I don't think a playoff format could ever have 7 teams. It just doesn't look right. And the reason why I'm making this very long topic about this is because, number one, I haven't seen this ever happen in any of my Madden franchises and Madden career modes, other than that one time where I was the Raiders and faced off against a 7-9 Dolphins team. Okay, fair enough. However, that was when the Dolphins made it to the conference championship and was, I think, the 4th seed. So, in that instance, this is completely different. So, I really want to put a light on this for you guys. If you ever see something like this, where the wild card team is a losing team and makes it in as a playoff team, let me know, because I find that ridiculous. I really find that ridiculous. Because, like, it's so dumb that I'm not saying a losing team does not deserve to be in the playoffs. It's not remotely possible that every so often the phenomenon of a losing team in the playoffs It always happens in basketball. It happened once in baseball. Hockey, it used to happen back in the old days of hockey. But in football, it rarely ever happens because you have top tier teams and stuff like that, and it's just ridiculous. And I understand, like, we need 8 teams. You have to consider this for the time being for 7 teams. It makes sense in reality, but if they were to do 8, you're gonna have a losing team. So, in my world, if I were to do a playoff bracket, if, and I mean this, if and only if they were to do 1 through 8, that the divisional leader of that guy really would have to be 1 through 8 really. Yeah, because like it is what it is. I don't know, because they do this in the NBA, NHL. They did not do this when they had 8 teams. They always said, "Hey, top 3 divisional winners always gets the 1 through 3 seed, and then 4 through 4 through 8, which is the remaining 5." Always have to have to like understand. Yeah. And it just, I guess, doesn't make sense now. Yeah. It really just doesn't, because I see that most of the time losing teams should be able to make it to the playoffs 1 through 8. Now, in an instance of where the um the divisional leader of a certain division is a lower seed, then they have to be moved around a little bit. But other than that, no. Other than that, that's the only time I could see 8 teams being in the NFL as a playoff format in the NFL, and that could actually work. So yeah, this is my take on it. I hope you guys like it. This is not an episode. This is not a game. This is just talking about the playoffs and everything. Right, our playoff game. And yes, the wild card game, wild card spot would have been simulated. Um, and it is what it is. I just think like it makes sense now that some teams are appropriate. And if 8 teams like make it, then it makes sense. So 8 teams, um, it's hard to do that, especially with the NBA at its current especially with the NBA doing it. Most other the NBA, the NHL kind of doing that in a way, but yeah, I know this was a really long take on it, but I hope you guys like it, and yeah, I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you in the game. Take it easy, and peace. Alright, so after our talk about the AFC and me and my thoughts on certain playoff stuff, I do wanna state that. Oh yeah, Christian McCaffrey. Oh my God. Yeah, the divisional game. We do have our starters back, and for this game, and we're facing the Carolina Panthers. Now, I do have to state that Baltimore, and Kansas City beat out the living crap. Figuratively beat the crap out of the beat the crap out of beat the crap. Oh God, sorry. Beat the crap out of them, and but beat out the Broncos and the Steelers. So they're in the playoffs, and the Browns are who are the 6th seed, who they beat the Bills and excuse me, Kansas City. We don't know. Now, next week, we are going to face the Dallas Cowboys. And oh boy, this is the first time, I think, in a while for the Dallas Cowboys who have made it to the NFC Conference Championship game. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, excuse me, you might be thinking to yourselves, Raul, why? Why? Here is the thing. We are going up against the Carolina Panthers. We faced them in, I think, our first ever NFC Conference Championship. And yes, that's a little bit weird, but it is what it is. The thing is, that was a long time ago. That was season 1. It is what it is. And I basically like it. And yeah, I basically like it, and yeah. It is what it is. So Yeah, that happened. So, obviously, Kansas City beat Baltimore. No! Okay, I'm gonna say this for a very good reason. And also, I didn't put my starters in. So, here's the reason why I actually fear this coming. Why I said no for Kansas City. Because I thought for Baltimore, we're gonna have a rematch. Third time. Either way, it would have been bad, but for Cleveland purposes, it would have actually been nostalgia. And that would have been, I don't know, fun in a way. Now, here is the thing. Um, Here's the thing. I will state this. As you know, we're leading. I would prefer the Cleveland Browns, okay? The Cleveland Browns over the Kansas City Chiefs and Baltimore Ravens. Here's the reason why. Number one, it would have been nostalgic for nostalgia purposes. It would have been like that. But also, number two, we missed field goals, okay? We missed field goals. Morton Anderson! Actually, it's our punter. Ugh. That's weird. Oh. I rarely do that with my punter. If you saw the last, I think game or something like that, I did that and I punted with I did a punt with Morton Anderson, and guess what? It was terrible, and I regret that really badly. Um, it is what it is now. Really. Um, I don't want to say much. Yeah. Uh. Yeah. 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 I. And we're stopping. Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey and Sam Darnold. Out of all people, thank you, Molden, stopping him. Um, what I will state is this. How will I state? Oh, thank you. Williams picked off someone, and yeah. So here is the thing. Yes, we got another turnover. 6 turnovers for Carolina. I don't, or 3. I don't know. Um, I know what the. Oh my gosh. So it was a legal man downfield offense. Uh, um, um, yeah, so third down and 3. We're, scoring a touchdown. 35-20. Okay, so it's 4th down and 2. They actually get the ball, but they score a touchdown and actually is close. Which actually fears me because this game because I'm mad at BS, I rage quit. I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this anymore. So like, yeah, we sucked Sam Darnold, which was good. Now, 2nd down 23, Sam Darnold could go to his first Super Bowl. And that was terrible. Yeah, I picked it off with Tanny McAllister. That's solidified. And yeah, we picked it off again. 8 turnovers! I didn't know how to like shoot a clock base off that, but I give it to Matt Moore. And it is a touchdown, and that's how we're gonna end the game, guys. Thank you. Alright, so yes, you saw the green screen. Oh my god, okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're in the NFC Championship against the Dallas Cowboys once again, and yes, I am sick and tired. Micah Parsons or CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Langham. I don't know why. Yeah, Kansas City 24-21. Cleveland! Oh my god! Well, we scored a touchdown immediately, so AJ Slaughter returns this for pick 6. And guess what, guys? This is whose homecoming is this? This is Liam Crow's, because he is back better than ever, and yeah, it is what it is. So like yeah, I just think it's very good, and yeah, yeah, it is what it is. I just yeah, I just think like, yeah. Yeah. Alright. 3rd down and 1. 64 yards. Yes, I am going for a 60 field goal. And I botched it. Good lord. However, they scored, and they scored again, and we scored a big rushing touchdown. They scored, and we're in the end zone. And apparently Dallas has 3 turnovers. That's the good part. I don't have to worry about myself editing the video a lot. And this video is already 3 hours and 7 minutes and 55 seconds long. I don't have to worry about that really, and some people can, yeah. It is what it is, really. Yeah, so Travis had Dinetne. Touchdowns scored 35-21. Yeah. Um, um, Barry Copeland scores a touchdown. Sorry if I'm feeling a little bit off. It's just flashbacks and everything. Makes me question everything, if you know what I'm saying. So, 4th down on 11. We're doing good, actually, believe it or not. And we first forced a turnover on downs. I might go over certain college football stuff, because I actually want to do that, believe it or not. And by the way, there's one video I would enjoy doing very, very much. That is the 2008 Big 12 season, where, if you don't know, Oklahoma, Texas, and Texas Tech all tied for one single division, and it would be nice. And we forced a turnover, and it worked. Yay! Hello, guys. Yes. By the time you're watching this video, it's gonna be on this Saturday. What Saturday will this be? It will be July 23rd, 2022, not July 16th. Yes, I missed an upload. Why? Because of mental health fucking struggles. Yes, I dropped the F-bomb. And yes, I'm possibly gonna rant in this video, so stay in mind that I am gonna curse. And, you know, a lot of people go struggles, drug addicted families, alcoholic families, abusive families, those things. And you know what? That person makes it out alive, whether it's a boy and a girl. They succeed, and it's a good thing. And yeah. I myself think that, and actually we're at US Bank Stadium to go up against Patrick Mahomes for a 3rd time in this Super Bowl era, so this is 3 times we faced them, which is the most. The Patriots couldn't even do that with the Giants and Eagles. So, like, we're doing it here with the Chiefs. And to be quite honest, if you looked at the playoff picture for the AFC, at least for the seeds, which I talked about, then you would know it was sick. It was amazing. And this part of the video is different because, yes, I basically, you know, did this all. I actually thought, like, this was pretty good. I decided that it was time to just, like, do it. And this is the weird part. I don't normally do this, but Kaboom, Jamal Rollins scores a touchdown. I was actually pretty sick. I was kind of mad. And like, I don't know what video I'm gonna make this week, July 23rd. However, I will state that I'm actually considering making a different kind of video. Not like a gaming video or anything, just talking about one of the most fascinating phenomenons I personally have ever seen, which is, of course, the 2008 Big 12 season. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, bro, why would you talk about that? Because Oklahoma, Texas, and Texas Tech actually, like, made it and were co-division champions. However, the controversy was who would represent in the Big 12 championship of that year against Missouri, who, by the way, had a tiebreaker with Nebraska at that time. By the way, some of the schools that I'm talking about are already left to a different conference or are still in the conference. So, like, Missouri, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Texas are gonna Missouri left for the SEC. Nebraska left for the Big Ten, which I thought that was a very dumb move. Oklahoma and Texas are gonna leave for the SEC, and then Texas Tech is in the Big 12, and Philip Russ gets us a kick return for a touchdown into 100 yards. Now, I will say, I wanted Travis Hunter to get the Super Bowl MVP. Obviously, we had a running back and everything, but, like, you know, it is what it is. We went for a field goal, yada, yada, yada. And this is over 3 hours, and I'm sorry. This is why I might end the series. And yes, that would be, like, what? Well, like, you know, it is what it is. And as you see right here, we're doing a end around. Yes. I freaking get it. End arounds don't work. End arounds a reverse, like, whatever. In my opinion, it doesn't usually work in Madden because, like, the AI of blocking is so, I'm gonna say it, bullshit. So, yeah, I'm sorry for my language in this part of the video. The reason why is just because of my own mental struggles. And, the fact that I hate myself sometimes, I usually question a lot about myself, insecurities, and everything. So, if anybody knows me, then you know quite well. Rolling out. This dumb guy decides to intercept, and I am pretty mad. That it happened. Happened. So, like, I do imagine certain things in life. It's pretty awesome where life happens for most people, especially when this stuff happens. I don't expect that. I don't expect that to happen. I don't expect that to happen. No, actually. It's like, it's ridiculous. It's so stupid. It's. I don't know how to state it! You know, I'm just like a white. Oh god, not a white kid, but I'm just a Indian guy, Indian American from Nashville, Tennessee, growing up in the Boston area and Dallas area. If anybody knows, let me know. But hey, we're in the Super Bowl, and I gotta say, yeah, and it's kind of ridiculous where, it is what it is. I do like it. And we fumbled. Yeah! Oh my god, the Chiefs fumbled! Ah! And then we barely missed. Yeah. Yeah, we it's like, yeah. It's awesome. It's great. We are besties forever. And I will state that this is fun. I like this. And I don't know how that's a touchdown. Joe McIntyre, obviously. Yeah, we are the best ever. I hate it so much. Yeah. It's so much fun in that way. Scoring touchdowns. And every way. Like 80-23. Look at us. We are destroying the Chiefs. The Chiefs deserve to get put down a peg or two. Or even heck 3. And yeah. I just don't get it. Or like, it's weird. And this Chiefs player scored a touchdown. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Man, it's fucked up. It's not fucked up. It's screwed. And you know, I always think to myself, "Ooh la la, another touchdown." But like at the end of the day, it's like, this is the kind of stuff I would do in a game of Madden. Just chucking off deep bombs, doing every single thing. So yeah, this week it will be a double upload. However, I heck don't want to do a triple upload. Yeah, I think like for most of the time, people just do what they do. Okay, here's the thing. I might do a triple upload. Screw it. I might. So 2 uploads of the Chicago Bears franchise. And then maybe, okay, I'm gonna say this. Maybe the 2008 Big 12 thing. The controversy. Controversy. Yeah. I will state, however, that Big 12 during the 2010 and through 2013/14 realignment literally ruined the what is it? Really ruined the Big 12 in my opinion, because it almost suffered collapse when some of the schools were gonna join the Pac-12, but it ultimately didn't. And I think in my book, that actually was good, because Pac-12 would have been considered a super conference. Now the SEC is gonna do it. I am not gonna be happy about it. Considering one thing, the SEC is already a super conference on its own. Now, could they take other teams that are Sun Belts and stuff like that? They can. But it's gonna be a long road. It's gonna be a long road for that to happen. And maybe North Dakota State could jump into the FBS level. You never know. And FBS and FCS at some point are gonna have to merge and maybe institute a college football conference, and a college football playoff, a very big one, and just put all the conference champions, all the conference co-champions, well, not co-champions, the runner-ups, and some teams that make sense. And yeah, I don't know if I want to do a dynasty and not Rutgers. Yeah, Rutgers. I might do one. Not Princeton. What's that? Nebraska, Texas Tech. And I will state that, yeah. So we won the 8th Super Bowl. Which actually blows my mind. So, yeah. So season 9, actually, or season 10, depending on what I say in the next video, which will go on the same day as July 23rd, be ready for it to be the final season, and to make sure that I myself don't go insane. And I just pretty much think a lot of people in their heart think it's okay for the franchises that they have. And Arthur Smith won it last year. Philip Rivers, that kick return. I thought Philip Rivers was going to win MVP, Super Bowl MVP, but Joe McIntyre won it. 7 touchdowns, 1 interception, 527 yards, and a 68.8 completion rate. And you know what? That's actually pretty good. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry for the wait, but 3 videos are going to come out this week. A rare triple upload from me, yours truly, Rahul. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all are Legends by Book as well as for me. I will see you on the next one. Peace!